Today's lesson is about a new process called die casting, and we're going to approach it in a way where this content will take you 2 lessons to cover. So bear that in mind as you go through. So as a starter, we would be looking at putting titles and that sort of thing, and then have a look through what's going to happen and what's going to come next. Our aims today are to describe the process of die casting using key terms, and also how to plan the main steps needed to die cast. So what do you have to do to get it done? We need to analyze a range of products that use die casting, so we can understand how it works and what it might be good for. And then also we would use that skill and use that process and our knowledge of it to then create some designs and some sketches and products that might use that within parts of it. So we are looking at doing something like a process bank. So we're kind of building up our knowledge of different processes, and obviously it will help when we get to GCSE if we're going to do that. But it also helps in life in general, because you'll understand how things are made and therefore the potential quality of the things that you're going to buy. So that helps us to understand a lot of things that as a consumer that we're going to look at too. So the first task is to look at there's a playlist of videos. So the link is there. The picture also links to it too. I take you through on the YouTube clips. I take you through the process from the design itself, the actual designing stage, all the way through from making the actual mold, all the way through to heating and pouring the metal that we use to create this this product. So there's 2 different types of casting. One is die casting, which we're looking at today, and the other one is sand casting. So it's good to be aware that there are different types of casting within this process actually is. So what I like to do when you get once you've watched all these is you're going to use the template worksheet to write down the step 1, step 2, step 3, the process, what you do. It might be marking out the mold, it might be cutting the mold, filing the mold, it might be heating up the pewter, whatever it might be. That's what you call the process. And then the equipment you use for that stage and any quality control checks that you might need. So you might think about actually, so when I cut my mold with my coping saw, I need to make sure that I cut within my line, so I don't, if I cut over it, then it'll be inaccurate and it won't work as well. Second task is you're going to go onto the internet and find some things that have been cast. You can think about sand casting and also die casting to give you an idea of difference between the two. And then you're going to copy and paste 2 images of those products into that template, and then you're going to analyze them. You say, well, why did they use that? What purpose did they have for that particular process within making it? So for example, this handle at the top on the slide, that was cast because that's the only way you could make, well, that's the only shape you could make, only way you could make that shape in that particular pattern for it to work. The second one, the little badge or the drum, that was made in that way because the detail that you can get with casting allows you to make badges and little objects like that quite well. And the same thing with the little enterprise down the bottom. It can give you quite a nice finish. Quite a lot of detail can be put into the mold, and also with the back with the drum badge, you can use the process again and again and again. You can use the same mold to produce the same badge multiple times. So when you come to badge up your different drums, you can use that in that way to kind of repeat and batch or mass produce that particular part. The final task is for you to take what you know and start designing. So think of a product, think of something that you maybe have got inspiration from task 2, and start drawing an idea. So you can see the person on the right hand side of this slide has started designing some jewelry. That's absolutely fine. You can design perhaps something more industrial. You could design something that's more decorative. It's entirely up to you, and try and be innovative, try and be creative, use nature as an inspiration, whatever you need to do, but you're going to produce 2 designs, sketch them, and then get them handed in. I imagine that by the end of lesson 1 you'll get task 1 done. Task 2 you might start, get part of the way through, and then you'll follow that up into the second lesson. You will complete task 2 and complete task 3 as well. If you complete task 2 in the first lesson, then it gives you more time to get better quality design. So that's what I would aim to do, because the designs should take you a little while to get the detail and the annotation sorted. Hopefully by the end of that you understand all the things that we set out to understand, and then we work on it from there.